Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay.
Dawn.
Complete sentences would be, he's Dawn. His name is Dawn. And we are here to talk about Transformers Legacy Road Hauler. Here he is. In his package?
There he is, in his packaging.
He's sort of in his package.
It's not just Legacy, it is Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Collection Road Hauler.
Yes, the line with way too long of a sub name, but we'll take him out of here. So here is his packaging, and you can see that they've got the robot mode, which is I like the artwork. I really do like the artwork that they use for these. I'm not a fan of what they do here, where they just kind of have it wrap around the corner thing. I would like to see him like complete on front, and then you can see that we've got a really cool picture of his vehicle mode up there, and we've got Velocitron Speedia 500 Collection and the Speed Planet key symbol for there, and then we've got more vaporwave artwork, which looks really, really cool. And we've got an arm over on this side. And then we've got the product shot, and he looks great. There are no QR codes. You just see him in both his robot mode and his vehicle mode, and words and gobbledygook. And that is the package.
One thing I would say I about the packaging again for this line, I like that they're square boxes packed in vehicle mode, because I feel that's how Legacy should be. Go back, but especially for this Velocitron line, I think that it's a blue box. Do the blue line fading graphic like G1, because Decepticons were purple, Autobots were red. Do that one as blue.
I could see that.
I think that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
I feel that I say is the only missed opportunity really in this package. To really grab some of that.
I will go back to my complaint that I understand that because they have multilingual packaging, we're not going to get those long bios and a text.
Well, I don't even care about the text. I'm just saying I missed that. Oh, I understand.
And with the QR codes, you could do that. But they don't.
But I'm
these
just
don't
looking
even
at
have
that
the QR.
You went square box in vehicle mode. If only you'd done the fade line graphic thing in blue, so that way it's not Autobot.
It's Legacy.
It's Legacy.
It's Speedia 500.
You can keep the planet key. That's fine. Anyway,
here he is. So he is almost a straight up repaint of Hoist from
Grapple.
Grapple.
Grapple Inferno.
Yeah, Grapple. Inferno was a retool, but he is almost a straight up retool of Grapple, and just done in almost Constructicon colors. He's got Constructicon green. If they had given him purple windows, he would be Constructicon colored. But he is an Autobot, not a Decepticon. And this goes towards some of the crazy heritage of this character. See, those of us who are old enough to remember the Gen 1 pilot miniseries of Transformers will remember a scene where Hound had gone over a cliff and he was stuck in Jeep mode, and a yellow-orange crane truck pulls up, and Cliffjumper yells up, "Haul him up, hauler!" And then you never see that crane truck.
I thought it was Take It Away, hauler.
Maybe Take It Away, hauler. Anyway, but the point is that he yells up to this crane truck that is supposedly named Hauler, and then you never see this crane truck again. Now, that's because in the Diaclone line, of course, they had the mold that would become Grapple, and it was supposed to be part of the first wave of Gen 1, but then it was canceled, and so they had already done that part of the animation, but then they didn't have that character show up in any of the subsequent episodes. But then he was part of the second season of Transformers, and he just shows up. There's no explanation for any of those characters.
Welcome to season 2, you know.
Right. And so, to me, it was always like, yeah, that's Grapple. And maybe Hauler is just a nickname for his job.
Well, and
like, I could easily...
now, for the rest of the rabbit hole, is then they go, well, wait a minute.
In the Secret of Omega Supreme episode, you see a flashback of the Constructicons creating Megatron, which in itself is janky, because when the Constructicons first show up, Megatron says, "It was worth the time we spent building them here."
But there were 8. There were
8 in the scene,
which was too many, because there were 6. And so someone said, well, one of them
is Hauler,
but he never got hit by the mind thing, or
the Robo Smasher.
And
so
they eventually released.
Fans created this long, convoluted explanation that says that Hauler was a Constructicon way back before they were Constructicons, and then he joined the Autobots, and because he wasn't hit by the Robo Smasher, and that the difference in colors is because sometimes, depending on his mood, he likes to change his paint job. I
think E-Hobby did a repaint first.
I think that
in homage to this,
right?
And then
so,
they just, but hey, we got him. And I
got him.
What I love is that they to do this guy, they're like, what's he doing in a race? He's the guy that picks stuff up. When the crashes happen, it's a race. He's the wrecking crew. He's the guy who goes cleans
He's the wrecking crew.
And I like that there's a lore for this.
Oh boy, is there lore. There's so much lore.
Just in the toy line. Why you get...
That's why you get Cosmos with a checkered flag.
Because he's and the white flag, because he's got to pull the white flag out. No, one lap left.
Yes.
Remember, that's what the back of that flag is for. I know Clay would rather it be checkered on both sides.
I want it to be checkered on both sides, but whatever. So anyway, here he is, and it's a good vehicle mode. I mean, it is a really good vehicle mode. I love this vehicle mode. It is a good-looking truck to begin with, and then you have all of the added play value that comes with this functional boom here. It collapses in, it extends out. I wish that it extended out further, honestly. Like, I wish that the thick part were twice as long, and then the skinny part were twice as long, so it could go out to like here. But this is still cool.
DNA could make an upgrade kit where that thing could extend longer.
That they could. They absolutely could. And you have this little blaster thingy which you can use on his robot mode, or you can put it here so that he can be like pew 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 pew, or you can take this off and you can have his gun on here, and then his gun can be like pew 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 pew. He does a lot of pew pew pew. Or you can even do this,
which this one is more important because when Hauler was hauling, he had a big crane claw hand.
So But this is still a piece that was in Grapple, and I believe that is an homage to one of the Gen 1 episodes where they were clearing rocks.
Well,
and he
it
had
was
this
when
big
Hoist and Grapple were working with the Constructicons to build a tower, I think. They had this grand plan, and then it turned out, the Constructicons were lying to us.
Yeah, what are the chances? But
they're Decepticons.
Yeah, So, but anyway, So you have all of these accessories. You have this boom, which is really cool and playable and fun, and that's awesome. And then you have that on a vehicle mode that is really, really nicely done. He's got 6 independently moving wheels, and he's got a great looking vehicle mode. The translucent screen looks great. The windshield, not the screen. It's not a computer. I mean, it's a robot, but...
Well, it's the wind screen. It's screening them from the wind.
Sure. I like how they use the translucent for the headlights as well, and he's got his translucent blue emergency lights. The deco is done nicely. There's not a whole lot of paint deco, but that's okay because he just looks good. The combination of green and black plastic actually works really, really well. And you see how he's a nice, solidly built vehicle. You pick him up, he feels substantial. He's a fun vehicle. Yeah, he's fun in his vehicle mode. Very, very cool. But of course, he also turns into a robot. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to disengage the feet from the bottom and bring all of that stuff, all of that situation right down here like that. We're going to spread out the shoulders, which are behind the cab of the truck. And we're going to click them into the sides of the body here. And then you can flip out the fists and rotate the arms at the bicep and give him a little bit of an elbow twist. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll rotate, we'll bend, and we'll flip out the fist. We've got the boom, which is on this multi-jointed linkage here. So his head is up here. And you need to bring the crane around this way and then flip the head around, and that reveals the head. And then you're going to bring the whole thing up like this, and it just kind of does this zigzag thing, and then it locks in. And if you do it right here, you do it right, which I'm not doing it right here. Come on, do it right. Do it right. It's supposed to click in. Okay, wait here. What am I doing wrong?
You're not
there. Okay, so you see how the inside here goes in between the panels behind the shoulders, and that gets everything far enough forward that these little clips on the tops of the body can click into the sides of his head apparatus. And then once that's in there, hold the front down with your finger and then pull his boom down like this. And then lastly, we will take his feet. His feet are on a double jointed linkage, so they will come forward like that. And then you bring them back and turn them into feet, just like that. And there we have a screaming robot. Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, what happened to you? He's the guy that has to clean up the racetrack crashes.
Whoa. He does. The camera doesn't even want to look at him. Hey, camera, come on.
No. Ah! Oh, God.
Mike.
Ah! Oh, God.
What is up with this? Okay, there we go. So, for some unknown reason, they did decide to give him an original head sculpt.
That's original, all right.
So he is not a straight-up repaint. He is a little bit of a retool, and they gave him a dull surprise head sculpt.
Now, there's no dull surprise about that.
That is, the doctor wanted me to say, So,
That is the face he made while watching Wheelie twerk at him.
You know what? I think
he turned a corner and there's Wheelie shaking his booty with Daniel, and then he just
twerk it, yeah, yeah, twerk it, yeah. So I'm gonna pan back just a little bit so that you can see the rest of his body. Of course, the sculpt is exactly as good as it was when it was Grapple. He's still got all the same detail and all the same body proportions and all the same articulation, which if you don't have Grapple, you've got a rotating head so he can say, ah, ah. You can't really, like, you can sort of wiggle him to say, but
it looks like he's getting ready to say, "Oh hell no!"
he has shoulders that go out and in and out, and then he can also go up and around and back and around. He's got a bicep twist. He's got an elbow. He's got he's got a wrist pivot because of transformation, but that also is useful in terms of doing things like revealing a 5mm compatible socket where you can stick the you can stick the gun. This is a missed opportunity. They've got a nub back here, but it's not a 5mm nub, so you can't just do that. I realize that he can already hold his gun, but it just seems like if that's there, that should do that. He can do that. So, like, I don't know what that is. It seems dangerous.
That's part of his it's his monkey wrench.
It's some kind of wrench, but he can also do this, which is really cool. I love that. And this little notch right here is actually compatible with the panel connections that are on the back of Prime's Earthrise trailer, on a lot of the mini-cons that have been released over the last several waves. That zigzag thing, this thing connects with that, so that's pretty cool. And he has the same thing on the other hand, so you can also do something like this and give him a blaster hand,
because the original toys, the hands were launchable fists,
right,
and you had missiles you could put in there, or blasters, or whatever they were.
So he's got waist articulation, he's got very, very posable hips, his legs go out, he can do the splits, yeah, and he can also do the silly walks, which is good, and he can swivel at his biceps, he can bend at the knees, he's got very, very movable feet. I mean, they have the ankle twist, they can tip the toe, they can do anything. So he is a very, very dynamically articulated figure. And then when you also add in the boom, which in itself is really, really cool and adds a lot to him. Let's go ahead and back off the camera a little bit. So you've got a guy that has a blaster hand, a claw hand. Here, look at the camera. He can do all the cool poses that you want. He can fire from a cannon that's on a boom coming out of his arm, and more importantly, he can scream at you. Ah! So like this guy, and honestly, I don't care about Road Hauler as a character. I am just not into the fandom enough to really care about trying to reconcile all the animation errors of the Gen 1 cartoon, because there are too many. We're not going to solve it. And I feel like the story that they've come up with to justify this character's existence, sure, what if it makes you happy, then sure. But what I will say,
oh no, there's a wreck. Oh, I must get to them. I must save them.
I must get to them. But But I will say that this is a fun toy. And
gotta admit, yeah, he's fun.
He's fun. He Grapple was fun. He's fun in vehicle mode. He's fun in robot mode, and his face is fun. And you said MGO hasn't done this one yet.
Not that I've seen, no.
Because I want to see what little thing he does at the end of his video.
Vignette with that, yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm imagining that it would be just something like having Prime standing in the forefront and then him in the background going, ah, ah, ah.
I gotta admit, the face sculpt has me kind of sold on this one, just because, it's a straight up repaint, but man, I will say, for going with the face sculpt, you picked one that I didn't expect that one.
And see, notice, okay, this guy, he has a face that's like this, and then we were just talking about Knockout, and his face is just... So that I believe...
Yes, but this one is... Knockout is more retooled than this one, and this one's a high price point. It's a Voyager.
Well, I guess that's it. So, he absolutely a recommend from me on Road Hauler. This is a cool toy. If you missed out on Grapple, then definitely get him because he's cool. He's awesome. He's lots and lots of fun, and he screams at you night and day. So, you know
what he screams? Buy me!
Buy!
For the love of Primus! Buy me! Get me away from the blurps! There are so many on the shelf.
So, there really are.
There are.
That is a shelf warmer. So, all right. So, if you like this review, then please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing more Short Circuits videos like this one. Also, you will find out when we're doing our... when we're doing our live streams, which typically happen every Friday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern United States time. Thank you for that, Don.
You're welcome. I totally threw you off your game.
That's great. If you are in a position to help the channel grow, consider joining our Patreon. We have different levels with different rewards as our way of saying thank you to all of our patrons. And speaking of saying thank you, here to thank our patrons, the Chaos Bringer himself. No, the other Chaos Bringer himself. Unicron, come on up and thank our patrons.
Thank you, patrons, our ultimate retro heroes. Thank you, Fetchbeer, Robes, Matt White, Starhound, Setsune Wave, Dawn, Hope and Michael D. and Colleen. And now, I would like to go for a healthy jog around the
In space, you can hear me scream!
I don't even want to know what that sounded like with the echo effect on. I'm not checking the video. I'm just going to upload it. I'm not looking. I don't want to experience it again.
Yes, you do.
And
we're watching that again.
And thank you, Sinistar, for joining in. Great. So, this is Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 Collection Road Hauler.
You might want to just end it. Just
keep it retro. Come on, do it. Come on, retro. No. Come on, he wants you to do it. Retro. Ah! gosh. This is going to get so many thumbs downs.
That great. Yay, interaction.